Hello everyone and welcome to Guru's classes. Today we'll be doing replication in eukaryotes. Okay, sorry, we'll do DNA replication in eukaryotes. DNA replication in eukaryotes. Okay, so I have written here. I guess just because of my light, I think you are not able to see this eukaryotes. So I have written here DNA replication in eukaryotes. Then I'll move on to prokaryotes afterwards. Okay, in the next video. Now DNA replication in eukaryotes. We have already discussed that DNA is a double helical structure. Yes or no? And then they open up. Okay, and then what happens is that a new strand is formed here. And then later on, what happens is that what we see is okay. So this we studied okay in the previous video. Now how does this take place? Fine. Now we will study the DNA replication in eukaryotes. Now let us say we have is the DNA strand, two strands are there. Okay, and now we are okay writing the polarity 5 prime to 3 prime, and you know the opposite polarity, that is okay 3 prime to 5 prime. So this is DNA double helix, okay, which I have opened up. This DNA I have opened up this way. Fine. Now what happens is that there is a particular place which is known as ORI, or origin of replication. Origin of replication. Origin of replication is a special sequence in the DNA strand from where the replication starts. Like in a race course also, there is a place. The whole track is the running track, but there is a place from where you should start running. Yes or no? So likewise, ORI means origin of replication is a special sequence in the DNA from where the DNA replication starts. Fine. So that means what happens is that this is the 5 prime to 3 prime. Okay. Now at a particular place it opens. So I am showing you it has opened up. See here. Fine. So this is the place where it has opened up. Fine. So that means from this is the place from where the replication should start. Okay. Now this is 5 prime, this is 3 prime as usual, and this is 3 prime, and this is 5 prime. Okay, opposite polarity is there. Now for this DNA, which was in the form of a helix, for this DNA to open, now we need is an enzyme. What do we need? Enzyme. Okay, we need enzymes. Number one enzyme is helicase. Please remember ASEase. Whenever ASEase is there, that is an enzyme. Okay, for proteinase. Okay, or for cellulase. So likewise, to open this helix, an enzyme is needed which is known as helicase. This helix is opened up with the help of helicase. Okay, the DNA helix is opened up with the help of what? Helicase. Fine. Now the two strands of the DNA are opened up, and then a structure which in the form of Y is formed. Now this structure is known as replication fork. This structure is known as what? Replication fork. Wait to write. Let me write here. Replication fork. Okay, this structure is known as replication fork. It has opened up, but you must have even seen when you opened the strands of the coconut rope. Okay, it gets opened up, but if you leave the force, okay, your two hands, then again the rope will get again it will wind up. Yes or no? So to prevent the rope from rewinding up, what you do is you hold your hand in the middle. Yes or no? So likewise, the two strands of the DNA again might wind up. So to prevent that rewinding, Okay, what is done is an enzyme is there, and the name of the enzyme is known as topoisomerase. Okay, topoisomerase. Please remember the names of these enzymes. Topoisomerase. Topoisomerase is the enzyme which prevents. Okay, let me draw the topoisomerase here. Topoisomerase. Topoisomerase is the enzyme which prevents the two strands of the DNA from rewinding back. Okay. Now, then what is needed is now these two strands are ready. Now, each strand will act as a template. This DNA will act as a template, and a new DNA strand will be formed here. This DNA strand also will act as a template, and a new DNA strand will be formed here. Okay. But to form the DNA strand, we need an enzyme, isn't it? Okay, and that enzyme is known as let me write number 4. Number 3 I'll come. DNA dependent DNA polymerase. So polymerase is the enzyme. DNA polymerase is the enzyme which makes the new DNA by looking at the DNA strand only. So it is known as DNA dependent DNA polymerase is the enzyme. Okay, so it will make the enzyme, it will make the new DNA strand, and okay, opposite in the polarity. So that means, see here from 5 prime to 3 prime this way. Okay, so that when they open up, the opposite polarity will be restored, will be maintained. So see here, this will act as a template strand. And by looking at the template strand, DNA dependent DNA polymerase will form a new strand here. This is a new strand. I can show with here. This is the new strand formed. Okay, but as you know, even in zip also, isn't it? We have is the lock. Okay, now what happens is that we open the, we pull down the lock, and then the zip opens up, but at the end of the zip there is a dead end from where the lock cannot come out, because if the end is not sealed, the lock will come out. So likewise here also, DNA dependent DNA polymerase is making a new strand, okay, by looking at the template strand, but it might open up. So that is why there is a locking device, or there is a locking, okay, that take place with the help of an enzyme. So that is why I have kept this number 3 free. The name of the enzyme is known as primase. 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 Primase is the enzyme with the help of which a primer is inserted first. First, a primer is inserted, and the name of the primer is RNA primer. RNA primer. Later on, this RNA will be again replaced by DNA. So, with the help of the enzyme primase, an RNA primer is inserted, and then from there, this DNA dependent DNA polymerase will form the DNA opposite in polarity, and this DNA is known as the leading strand. Leading, leading strand. Strand, leading strand. Got my point? So here, this is RNA primer. RNA primer. Okay. Now, on the another template, this also is template strand. This also is template. Okay. This also is template strand. In this template strand, now from this side we cannot have, okay, because if from the opposite side, if 5 prime to 3 prime polarity new DNA strand will be formed, then same polarity will be formed, which is not possible. So that is why the DNA will be formed from the opposite end. That means from 5 prime to 3 prime. Then only the polarity, opposite polarity of the DNA strand can be formed. correct? But in that case, while maintaining this polarity for the formation of the new DNA strand will have some problem. So that is why it is not possible for the DNA strand to have a continuous strand or leading strand. It is known as continuous strand. The leading strand is also known as continuous strand. Okay, here the DNA polymerase cannot form a continuous strand, so that is why, okay, it will form the new DNA strand in small segments with the help of RNA primer. This is RNA primer, and again a small section of DNA will be formed here. DNA strand will be formed here with the polarity of 5 prime to 3 prime. Okay, again a small primer will be there. Again there will be, sorry, color coding is red. Okay, so again, yeah, and then what is the thing? 5 prime to 3 prime. Again a small section of RNA and again DNA. Okay, with the polarity 5 prime to 3 prime. So this way small segments of, this way small segments of DNA, okay, new strand is formed on the opposite side, on the another side. Okay, so this strand which are in small segments, they are known as Okazaki fragments. What are they called? Okazaki. These fragments are known as Okazaki fragments or lagging strand. Okay, which are discontinuous. Fine. So they are known as what? Okazaki fragments or lagging strand. Fine. And then later on, all these small segments of DNA are joined together, are sealed together, and the RNA primer is also removed by DNA. Okay, so later on all these small segments of segments of DNA are joined together with the help of glue, biological glue, which is known as DNA ligase. DNA ligase. Okay, so that means this is how what happens. This is how this side also DNA strand will be formed. This side also DNA strand will be formed. Are you getting my point? Okay, and then sometimes in the formation of the DNA strand, a wrong nitrogenous base might come. For example, for A there should be T, but sometimes for A G might come and attach. So a repair enzyme is also there. Repair enzyme, which normally does not take place. If it happens, then also for in 1 out of 1000 base pair, one mistake might be there. So it will be repaired by the repair enzyme. Got my point? So that means this is how a new DNA strand is formed. So in this case, this is the template strand, and then a leading strand is there. And in this case, the template strand is there, and then the small segments of DNA are there, which are sealed with the help of DNA ligase afterwards. And then for this, a new DNA strand is formed. Okay. So what we can visualize afterwards is this will be here, and then this is the new DNA strand here, and then again this will be there, and then new DNA strand will be formed here this way. Fine. So, but since the DNA strand is very long, the DNA double helix is very long, and if there would be only one origin of replication, then it would be very time taking process for the whole DNA to open up, and then the whole new set of DNA strand to be formed in the whole length of DNA. Got my point? So that is why instead of having only one origin of replication, DNA will have many origin of replication. These all are origin of replication. So all at once origin of replication will be many in the whole length of DNA, and then this is new strand of DNA formed throughout the length of the DNA. And just like you have is a bag, and that bag has a long zip, and sometimes the zip, opens up from the middle, and then the zip opens. Yes or no? And sometimes there are multiple openings on the zip. So all at once the zip opens or the jacket opens. Yes or no? So that is the advantage of having multiple origin of replication in the whole strand of DNA, in the whole length of DNA, which fastens the replication of DNA process. Okay, so dear students, kindly go through it. The question might come, what is the replication fork? So this is the structure which is formed. Okay, number two, what is the leading strand, what is the lagging strand, Okazaki fragments, okay, template strand, and then the various enzyme necessary for the replication process in eukaryotes. So this takes place in eukaryotes. In prokaryotes, we'll discuss in the next video. Okay, so dear students, kindly go through it. So thank you very much.